we're kind of interested in determining if you would be up for considering like a general strike or something after this protest to continue the conversation so that there isn't just, dialogue without action, I guess is the best way.
Who would we be striking?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all would be to be lessening the power that banks and other large institutions have on us. So decreasing the use of credit cards, things along those lines. Also not doing non-essential work for a few days, at least like 2 to 3 days at a time to see how that actually has an impact on the economy or whatever it might be.
Absolutely, yeah, that'd be a great idea, I think, yeah, sure.
And I'm not sure if you're a part of any organization that brought you here.
Actually, this is my first time here.
Okay.
I was so impressed with the first one back in June that I just had to come here.
Gotcha.
I've never done a protest in my life. Retired Army veteran. And look at the crowds. It's wonderful. But we're the ones that can show I'm not Antifa. Okay, Army veteran, retired pilot. I'm here for everyone else to do, to show out.
My first question is, do you support a general strike as a way to combat the fascists right now?
Like an overall union strike situation?
Union strike, but general strike could mean not using credit cards, not going to work, things like that. Like what is your take on how to do something against what's going on with this administration?
Yeah, I think it's obviously hard for everyone who would want to be a part of that, just as the way things work. People have to pay for things on a day-to-day basis, groceries, supporting their families and whatnot. But if those who have the ability to do this general strike and it's not going to affect, their well-being and whatnot, yeah, do it. Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm also curious, were you ever contacted or are you a part of any organization to make this happen, or did you hear about this through advertising? What brought you here today?
I have a family friend. She's literally like a second mother to me, and she told me to come out, so we came out because we care. And we're not here for anything other than the fact that we want this country to be what we know it can be.
Last question, would you consider being a part of some organization that continues this kind of conversation? Because part of why I'm here is that I feel like protesting is a good thing, but it kind of drops off, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And I've worked with nonprofits in the past. I know she has too. We're a part of, we go to UMiami, and we're part of campus organizations as well that advocate for, democracy in general in different ways.
I've been asking people is if they're interested in something like a general strike or some sort of general force after the protest to continue on.
Yeah, I was just actually talking about this earlier with someone on my campaign about how we need a general strike in the U.S. We need to do it France style, and I don't know why we haven't yet. Yes, this cannot be the end of what we're doing. We can show up and protest and hold up signs, but we can't just go to sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow morning and continue business as usual. We got to come back out next week. We got to keep going. We got to take it a step further, and we got to act. Otherwise, we're just doing nothing.
Hi, my name's Chris. Was a 15-year teacher for Broward County, and about 3 weeks ago, I lost my entire career, all because my students who were excited about my lesson took it home and thinking that their parents would be excited about it too, were kind of shocked to discover that their parents hated what I was teaching. I was teaching about the Dark Ages and the Enlightenment so that I could teach them about Baron de Montesquieu and John Locke, of all things. I taught them about Galileo, and it got me fired for the state of Florida.
And if you don't mind me asking, which school did you work for and what grades did you teach?
I taught 6th and 7th, world history and civics. By the way, my world history kids, they were excited about learning about hominids and early humans. Their parents, not so much. And as far as the school goes, I don't work there anymore, but I worked for a company that was scared of the governor. The name of the company is Franklin Academy, and I was proud to work there, and all the teachers that are there are proud to work there. And even the principal, who in the end ended my time there, they were doing what they could to protect the kids, because they knew that in the event that I said what I said and their parents got angry, or if the state got angry at them, they would lose everything. So the principal made the call to secure the future of the kids. I, on the other hand, they got their pound of flesh.
I'm curious, besides protesting, what else do you think we can do? Would you support like a general strike or something along those lines?
I would. At this point, I don't have a gainful employment to worry about, but I know for a fact that we need something more than just a typical protest. We do need something like a general strike. What that's going to take, however, is getting people out of their comfort zone, not ordering from Amazon, taking a few days off of their credit card, and that's going to be really challenging for them. And I know that. But if you think that you're safe, I wasn't. 15 years I did my job. My kids got 99% success rate on their civics exams. My kids came out knowing more about the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence than any other kid can. And in the end, it didn't matter. No one is safe. And the right thing to do is step up.
Thank you so much for your time. Would you mind if we contacted you in the future to hear more about the story? Okay, great. All right. Well, I'm more of an independent journalist. I'm just kind of curious if people would be interested in a general strike after this, or some sort of action post the protest to help continue this conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like a general strike would include like not using credit cards, staying out of big banks for a few days, like seeing how that impacts the economy, so that there's an.
To do that. Okay. I would.
Is there anything else that you would consider doing post this conversation to continue the discussion?
Well, every time I turn on my Facebook, they're asking me for money. I've been given some. Give some money. No, I would definitely be willing to do something that might make a little dent in this. Sure.
That's great to hear.
I find it so hard, which is why I'm here today, because I sit at home and go, what else can I do? I can't wait. I just can't wait to vote one time. I have got to get out and do something. So that's why we're here.
My first question is, would you be interested in a general strike or something like that after the protest to kind of continue the discussion that's happening today?
A general strike in regards to political strike, or
political, economic, like divesting from using credit cards, trying to stay out of work, things like that to halt the economy, to make a stand and impact?
No, not at this time. I think we all need to come together to make sure that we have solutions to our financial downfalls that is created by not being united. So we need to come together.
So I guess what could you say is something that we could do besides protesting to come together? Is there something that you have thought of besides economic involvement? Because that's kind of why I'm here, like seeing what people would be interested in doing instead.
I think keeping open dialogue, communication, and having a deeper understanding of the plight of the fellow man, and not just going by, the powers that are enforced, but step beyond that and look at, the needs of your neighbors, and look at the needs of the country, look at the needs of the community, and then come up with solutions based off of that. But don't just go by, party sides.
Would you support, if someone was financially able to stay out of work for a strike, would you at least support something along those lines, where, because obviously there's a lot of people that cannot afford to be out of work, but for those who can, would you support something along those lines?
No.
Still no, because that's what in the past, general strikes have led to political action. Like even in the 60s, when it became to the racial movements in the 60s, like there were general strikes then that led to the policies we have today. So in that sense, like what would you, I guess, like practically decide on for us as a country to do?
If you're going to do any type of striking, you need to strike for your leaders. Strike for stronger leaders that can speak truth and allow the truth to be the ring, to be their North Star. If there's any striking being done, it has to be done for your leadership, not just because you want to strike for pay or opportunity. Strike for your leaders that will be able to speak on the right behalf, not just what I'm trying to say is just have the right people in place so that they can speak truth to power, so that they can move the ball forward.
I appreciate that. That's very insightful. I mean, we're trying to go around and see what people's honest opinions are. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.